word on road was Mo, one half of Men on a Mission, passed away. For those who had been following him on social media for a while, the brother, he had been having issues. He'd been in and out of the hospital. I want to say at least the last 7 years. Definitely during at like COVID time, it seemed like he had a couple of situations he was in and out of and dealing with some stuff. But in talking to people about him passing, I guess I hadn't realized that there's a generation of people where Men on a Mission was the first black tag team that they saw on like a mainstream program. A few people, which is dope. I mean, this would have been 93.
What was the little nigga was Oscar, right?
Oscar was the rapper. Oscar.
Yeah.
Wait, shout out Vin Forte. He mentioned the Subway. He was rapping.
That's why
it was Mabel, Oscar Mo. Yes.
Yeah, I like Viscera, but no, Men on a Mission, it's unfortunate. I know he tried to get WWE to pay for his kidney transplant.
I saw that.
They told him no.
Well, they said that they I believe they only pay for rehab.
Yeah, they told him no, and he basically said, "Well, I'm not on drugs, and this is actually cheaper.
It would be cheaper
than rehab." And WWE said no. From a business perspective, I get why they said no, because they don't want to open up Pandora's box and paying for
a lot,
a bunch of transplants and things like that. But on the flip side of that, it doesn't look good as a company. But also too, I just feel like I think a lot of these legacy guys are still operating in the headspace of when Vince McMahon ran the company.
Well, and Vince told what's his name though, right?
It's not.
He told Dr. Death.
Yeah,
Dr. Death Steve Williams.
He told Steve Williams no, which was JR's guy.
Yeah. You asking me about the first time I saw Men on a Mission?
Yes, please.
I remember these motherfuckers was they had the vignettes, and I think it was like a train.
It was subways, yeah. They was from the streets.
They was from the streets and shit, and I was like, "Oh shit, it's two fat niggas and they rapping."
And
they was like, "What?"
Well, they did do. I watched their first match, and they definitely Oscar had the crowd doing all the hip hop parade, but they were also like, and maybe it was more Mo. They always looked like my uncles. Like no matter how old I was, they always looked like my uncle. Like they always looked like they, and I think that was their gimmick was they had done time, and now like they're positive. You know what I mean? And it was
they were positive, but they didn't have good haircuts. This is why I didn't like them, because
it was always a mohawk that was blonde.
They had bad haircuts,
and it was little mohawk,
and they had to he had to jump on, right?
Always
hated that shit.
Yeah.
Yo, remember
why they look like the niggas that was on Meteor Man? They look like
Golden Lords. They look like Mega Lords. They look like the big white man that was on The Last Dragon.
Oh shit! I gotta get it. Let me get the damn image.
This is why I couldn't. I didn't feel them, but I had to rock with them because nobody else was black.
Well, but that's kind of what I was getting to earlier, is because like Men on a Mission, they weren't as impactful for me as I think they were for, and I think for, I guess dare I say, for us than for other people, because we had seen Doom.
We saw Doom.
Like we had lived through Doom, not just being like a jobber team, but like a team that was they was fighting the horse.
Like you knew that they had an actual chance.
They was taking on everybody. When I saw Men on a Mission, especially if you go back and look at the matches, like clearly, like if you go back and look at their first match, it's made for Mabel.
It's uncles,
but they're definitely Oscar and Mo look like unks. Mabel looked like the
big unk. Young unk just came home.
But this unk that's gonna get us out the hood.
So you know what?
He was doing random spinning back kicks and shit in the match. Like I forgot his random moveset.
Yeah, he's one of the big men that didn't necessarily move like moved around. Here's the prop. Like younger dudes, younger people. We know we are friends with a lot of younger guys in the space, and from time to time, my frustration with these younger guys because they love to like just shoot shots. Oh, F that nigga, da da da. He's trash. He's butt. He ain't good. That nigga whack. And then when they mention, we start talking about like the legacy acts, and they don't. A lot of times they get like disregarded. Oh, that nigga was this. Listen, I'm gonna say this once. I may say it against eventually, but I have the opportunity to say it now. Is listen, I love y'all, right? I love y'all, but y'all wasn't there when the choices was low, right? And not choices like it's only one. You know, we only had 3 black. No, nigga, it was only one.
Yeah,
and we was like, yo, you see the black, yo? Yeah, yo, black, yo, hard. That's my man.
yeah.
So in that era, it was only one. So it's tough to disregard a lot of these niggas because we were there when it really was one.
Facts, 100%. It was,
yo, and they always lost.
Well, remember one of our random viral clips back when the Yamin was on the show. Remember we had that conversation. We kind of got to the bottom of them actually being tag team champions for like 2 days because they won the titles in London at a house show from the Quebecers, and then the Quebecers took the titles before they got back to America. So that like there's images of them with that's real. They really had them titles.
Yeah,
they really had the there are one-time WWF Tag Team Champions, and I believe Mabel King of the Ring. That's how he got to be Sir Mo. It was King Mabel and Sir Mo.
And he held Mabel held the championship. He didn't win it. He just held that motherfucker. And there is a picture of him with the title, and I thought he was gonna beat Diesel.
Shit.
Wasn't he lined up to beat Diesel?
Well, again, in that era, you could tell that Mabel was the show. Just when Men on a Mission got let go from WWE and Mabel came back and was Viscera, Mo was still down in USWA. He never made that return back. So there probably was a thought in his brain, just like with Bad News Brown. Maybe that guy could be the champion, you know, and that's why he would get the title. It's why they probably teased them as tag team champions overseas. They were looking to see, and who knows why they dropped the titles, but yeah, that stuff does happen. But yeah, rest in peace to Mo. Yep. Soar Wrestling, I believe his wife is still operating the Soar Wrestling out in North Texas. I want to say because he was in the news maybe 4 years ago. They did a whole interview with him about the work they were doing with young wrestlers out in North Texas. So yeah, check them out as well. He had a custom King of the Ring belt. I gotta find that. We'll look into that.